I'll be discussing AliExpress and their lack of customer service and efficiency and effectively being able to meet the ethical standards that are set in business. AliExpress, I believe, needs to really work on their service towards their customers, making sure that they are representing their products in an adequate manner and servicing their customers in a more strategic and efficient manner to ensure that they are being able to ask questions and report concerns to with regards to their experience with AliExpress. So our story is that we started an online business and we wanted to use a lot of different vendors. So we purchased a vendor pack from a third party, and they gave us a list of vendors. One of the vendors that we chose off the list was AliExpress because we were kind of familiar with them. We had heard heard their name amongst different people in our that we know amongst our friends. So sorry, I'm going to turn my ringer off. So basically, we decided that we wanted to look at some of their items. We found a few items on AliExpress that we thought that we would like to add to our website to sell. So we reached out to one particular vendor on AliExpress to sell these slides. They're like furry kind of, like Nike slides, except for they have fur on them. And so they're very popular. And we thought that, we would, get good reviews and good sales off of those. So we decided to purchase some. And when we purchased them, when we got them, we had another person who we knew that had purchased similar slides, but theirs were really much more higher quality than the ones that we received. And so the pictures, well, first we asked for pictures. They sent us pictures of all angles of the slides. And so we didn't order samples because we thought that they would be up to par with the pictures. When we got the slides, they weren't as full as shown on the picture. So we weren't very satisfied with them. We ordered, I think about like 56 pair of slippers in different sizes, different colors, and we weren't satisfied. We immediately contacted the vendor on AliExpress. We told them we weren't satisfied. They said, okay, well, this is what you need to do. And they were very vague with what we needed to do in order to return the slides. And we kept going back and forth, like, should we just go ahead and sell these slides, or should we return them and just get what we wanted, purchase from a different vendor? We decided that we were going to return the slides. I've returned product before that, not through AliExpress, but just through different vendors, and never had an issue with receiving refunds or what have you. We met the requirements for returning the slides. However, they kept telling us that we had to fill out a dispute form, but wouldn't give us directions. So we were like, okay, so where's this dispute form? How do we get to it? They were very vague on how to get to it. So then they kept telling us, well, you got to return it to California, our California address. And finally, on the final day that we had to send it out, they gave us the address. So we go to the post office, we take this big old box, we return it. I paid for the shipping. And then I said, you know what? I believe we're not supposed to pay for this shipping. And so I called them and I said, well, where is our label to return these items? And they were like, oh, here it is. So they gave us the label finally. We smacked it on the box. We shipped it out. And we waited. We informed them that we shipped it out. We sent in our receipts. We showed them proof that we had sent it out. And we waited to hear back from them. And we didn't hear back from them immediately. And when they finally told us that they kept giving us the runaround, telling us that we needed to contact Aliexpress for the return. And we were like, well, no, that's not what you told us. This is what you told us we need to do. And they were like, well, no, you have to do this and you have to do that. You need to call Aliexpress. Your gripe is not with us, it's with Aliexpress. They're the ones. So I started contacting Aliexpress. I've stayed up many of nights to like 2 o'clock in the morning just so I could possibly contact them because they're in China during their business hours. I've left messages. I have countless messages with the vendor, and we just keep getting the runarounds for our refund of $900 is what we need. We got confirmation that they received the goods back, and we're just waiting for our refund. I found a message on Aliexpress's website that stated that the buyer's protection was going to be extended beyond the 15 days that is normally allowed due to COVID-19. So I waited and I said, okay, well, they're extending it, a few days or what have you. So I waited until after that time and still nothing. So then I decided to contact you all because I've had success in with another company that I didn't receive a refund back from and I couldn't get in contact with. And so I said, well, you know what, let me go through this avenue again and see if I can be successful in receiving a refund. I know that this refund is a lot more is a higher amount than the other refund that I received, but I was successful in receiving that refund. So I thought I'd take this route and see what I can do. So basically my recommendation to consumers is to not use Aliexpress. They're not very professional. They do not hold up their end of the bargain as it relates to their return policy and as well as sending out quality products that meet the standards of the consumer. I think that they have pictures on there that are maybe not, they're not fully representative of the products that they actually will send to you. And so when you're not able to speak with someone or to contact a business during their normal business hours to express your concerns as a consumer, that just raises red flags to me. And had I known that prior to, I would never have used them. But I didn't know that until I encountered this situation. And so I would highly recommend that you not use them at all. I will never use them. I will never go back to Aliexpress. Prior to COVID-19, I'm an HR consultant of 25 years. So when a business is not being ran operationally in an ethical manner, that is a huge issue for me. So I would say that they need to relook at their structure and the way that they respond to their clients, and how they, handle their phones. I mean, they have a when you call them, they do have a voicemail that you can leave a message, but you're never going to speak with anyone. You're never going to get a call back. You go on Google and you try to find information on how to contact them. You can't contact them. You go on their website to do the chat, and it's a robot. So it doesn't really answer the questions that you actually have. So it's ineffective. It's ineffective. They're running a business, selling things, making money off of their consumers, and not really, serving the consumers in an adequate manner when there's an issue, and I imagine that they do that because they know that there's going to be issues. There's going to be a lot of issues because they know that what they're doing is not right. They don't have high quality products that they are representing. They're representing things that are not quality or they show pictures that are quality, but when they send it out, it's not quality. So they know this. And that's why they're probably set up the way that they are, because they know that there's going to be a lot of complaints. There's going to be a lot of issues. So they don't have enough people to probably man the phones. So I would highly suggest them, first of all, not misrepresent their products and to their consumers. And if it's not meeting the standards, then they need to take it off their website. And they need to have customer service or someone who can respond in a timely manner to their consumers when they have a question or they have an issue. So I would really suggest that they really look at their operations and how they're servicing their consumers, and serve them in a more efficient and effective manner.